Okay, then let's start the first session. The first speaker is Dr. Ki Hee Ryu from Seoul National University. He will deliver the lecture about water resources and sanitation. Please welcome him with a big applause.
Good morning. My name is Dr Ki Hee Ryu from Seoul National University. I used to work Asian Development, ADB. So before joining the ADB in 1997, I was in Mekong River Commission Secretariat in Thailand, and I prepared the police match plan for the Cambodia. So I'm so happy to see the whole resulting Cambodian plan. I just came back from Laos, Champasak, for the agriculture development project in Aceh and Khom district. And also, I won a project in Mongolia to detect the classification of the Gobi deserts. So then I have lived in Bangladesh 4 years. So I'm very happy to see the plants from what they eat, Bangladesh companies. Today, basically, I wanted to introduce why the toilet movement is very important in the world. So, basically, I was in charge for the Southeast Asia, the especially the environment, natural resources, and agriculture sectors. So, today, I want to introduce what is the change in the world. So, basically, my presentation is the debate with water resources, including the Mekong River and the Police and Pasar rivers. So we discuss this one. Then, what is the world leaders' agreements from now on, from 2016 to 2030? Next 15 years, what the world leaders want to develop in the world. I want to introduce. Then, what is the global action in detail? So then, conclusion. Water resources is directly linked with toilet movement. So water resources, I will cover the 5 subjects. Water for a sustainable world. Second is the water use. Then so what is the challenges? And what is our responses to conserve the water resources and the implementation plans we will discuss. And the world population will be reached to 9 billion by 2050. So every year we have the 80 billion population is increasing. Then also every country, average we have the 3.5% the GDP growth. That's why by 2030, the world will face to 40% of the water deficit. Then another one is the climate change. So I think all of your delegation today, you brought the typhoon and the rainy season to Korea. So we are welcome to have this plenty of the new fresh water in Korea. So basically up to year 2015, so let me introduce the one concept here. From 1945, after the Second World War completed, up to now, 2015, what we did in the world. After 1945, about 20 years, world leaders, they are very much concerned about the security issue, how to prevent war among countries. Then rehabilitate the infrastructure damaged by the war. It was 2 times the World War. That was up to 1965. 1945, world leaders agreed to establish the United Nations and also World Bank. Then 1965, World Bank cannot handle all the development and the rehabilitation issue in the world. So they have proposed regional development bank, Asian Development Bank, African Development Bank, and Indo-American Development Bank. So all of these leaders, they suggest to have development plan. Then every year, they have a 10-year development plan from social sector and also the infrastructure development and also financial sector, then the governance. The year up to year 2000, including the gender aspect, year 2000, world leaders, they agreed to develop Millennium Development Goals. How many MDGs? Millennium Development Goals? 7 Millennium Development Goals. So, from the 1965 to 2000, we developed a 10-year plan. But in year 2000, they developed a 15 years plan, MDB. So, MDGs. So 7 goals. Then 15 years, the old world leaders, they work together to develop the MDGs. Then 2015, they agreed last year, September 26th of 2015, they agreed to develop the Sustainable Development Goals. How many goals? 17 goals. So, within the world leaders agreement, 17 goals, they have water resources, and sanitation issue. Within this, the World Development Framework, I want to discuss more detail about it. What is the toilet? As the challenges and issues, how to develop this implementation. So what leaders we express suggest water and sanitation and hygiene. This is the United Nations suggests the UN water chair, real water. So under the UN umbrella, they have this 30 special agencies, including UNDP, UNESCO, and the UNICEF, and WHO. All of these agencies, they working on the UN water. So they want to support this water and sanitation issues. So basically, today's my presentation will talk within this frame how much we achieved from the NDG and what is their proposal to develop the water and sanitation issue from now on up to another 15 years. That's 20. I think most of the participants, you will be involved all these activities up to year 2030. And you need to monitor this implementation plan. So basically, we have Millennium Development Goals. Within this Millennium Development, number one was the poverty and hunger. Number two is the private education. Number three is the gender. Women. Number four is the health, child mortalities. And number five is the women's health issues, maternal health. Number six also another health issue, AIDS and HIV, and other diseases. Number seven is the sustainable issue, environmental support. Number eight of the NDG is only just global partnership. How we can work together. This is the so especially number one of the NDG is the how to reduce the poverty issue. How to reduce the poverty. I think that this is the Batam or Cambodia and every country, even Laos, has the same target. From 1992 up to year 2015, we needed to reduce the poor people to the half. So most of that time, 1992, average the poverty ratio was about 40%. Now this one needs to be reduced to 20. So every country they achieve this target by for example, in developing countries, the proportion of people living on less than $1. This is $1 is the Asian standard. The World Bank standard was $1.25 per day. Per day has been reduced from 47% in 1990 to year 2010. Already we achieved to 20%, 22%. This is basically the MDG number one. MDG 7, when we're talking about the environmental sustainability issue, there is the one target. How by 2015, the proportion of the population without certain access to safe drinking water and basic sanitation means toilet. Yes. We are talking the MDG 7. Here we are talking about toilet, basic sanitation. So by this target, more than 2.1 billion people have gained access to improved drinking water. Drinking water. Drinking water resources since 1990, exceeding the MDG target. That means they supply the water to the all peoples to reduce the harm of this unaccessible the drinking water population. Then second one is why almost 2 million more people now have access to proper sanitation than in 1990. Still, how many people? 2.5 million people still they don't have access to the toilet or napkins. So this is the report in NDG. So this was published in 2015 by the United Nations. Secretary General produced their report. Then, by 2015, we needed another development target and goals. This is the Sustainable Development Goals. It was discussed in 2012, Rio plus plus. Rio plus plus means Rio de Janeiro conference in 1992. They discussed about how to develop the world. Then, year 2012, after 20 years from the Rio de Janeiro conference, they did discuss about the Sustainable Development Goals. This is a post-2050 target. So, what we have to achieve from 2050 up to 2030. This is the SDG. So, out of 17 targets, SDG number 6 is related to our toilet issues. Number 1 is still poverty. Number 2 is the hunger and food security. Number 3 is the health issue. Number 4, education. Number 5 is the gender mainstream. Now, number 6, ensuring availability and sustainable management of the water and sanitation for all. Number 6 is the sanitation, toilet issue. SDG 6 has the 6 targets. Now, SDG 6 has in details the 6 targets. Out of the 6 targets, number 2 is the sanitation. 6.2, by 2030, achieve access to adequate and equitable sanitation and hygiene for all, and open defecation and special attention to the women and girls toilet issue. So, based on this one target, every country they have to monitor their progress on the sanitation development. Every other year they have to report to the United Nations. So not only just the country, all the MDB, Multilateral Development Bank, ADB and World Bank, they are also monitoring. So they will monitor this one and report to UN Water Chair. UN Water Chair is the Director General of the WMO, World Meteorological Organization, President. So let's go to the detail about the SDG 6 indicators. 6.2, as we discussed about, we need to improve the sanitation. So then how to measure this the progress on the sanitation issue? This is 2 indicators. Number 1, percentage of the population using safely managed sanitation service. Here, safely managed sanitation service. So, based on these 2 indicators, every country they are discussing about how to define. For example, in Korea, recently we have a very serious problem. Because of this small restaurant and the small cafe, they have only just one toilet, used by men and women toilets. Then one woman was killed in the toilet. Because toilet nobody knows, nobody monitors, and during night times it's not secure. Then there was the murder case. Safety issue is the top issue in Korea nowadays, especially toilet. I hope that the Battambang in the Cambodia can improve the safety in public toilet. Then, second indicator is population with the hand washing facilities with soap and water in the household. So basically, these indicators was decided by UN one. So United Nations staff they believe that this one is necessary. But how to monitor whether this public toilet has the soap or not? I think it's not easy. So every country they need to develop their own indicators and suitable for the local conditions. I think that this is another challenge. So from 2016, this year, every country they are developing their own indicators for this SDG 6.2. Then, last year, world leaders on water, including sanitation, they came to Korea. So they had the World Water Forum. Then they discussed about how to monitor the SDG 6, not only just the 6.2 sanitation issue, water use and drinking water and IWRM, integrated water resources management, and also water quality, pollution issue. All this one they prepare action monitoring systems. Then all the international organizations they were assured world leaders to monitor this detailed implementation plan, which was probably the World Water Forum. World Water Forum is organized every 3 years. So last year, World Water Forum 7 was held in Korea. Next World Water Forum will be held in Brasilia in 2018. So this one will be monitored together. Last year, when we had the World Water Forum, about the 42,000 participants who are working in the water sector and sanitation sector, they work together and discuss about political issue and economic issue and social issue and technical issue. All this one they discuss in Korea. So it will be held again 2018 in Brasilia and Brazil. Then World Water Forum developed its implementation roadmap, IR, implementation roadmap for the OS. So this one will be, you can see it there, Action Monitoring System, AMS, of the World Water Forum 7Y. Then they will report all the international organizations and the MDB, Multilateral Development Bank. So then even country, they also report their progress on the level. So through this AMS. Actual implementation roadmap will be monitored by the AMS, actual monitoring system. Then, under the UN Water Chair, all the UN agencies, FAO, UNTESA, UNDP, UNESCO, and UN Habitat, UNICEF, UNIDO, UNISAR, and UNOSD, WHO, and WMO. This is the present the chair is the head of the WMO. Then also the related agencies like the ADB and World Bank, African Development, all the agencies also they are monitoring, including the World Bank. Then other the water related agencies like the Mekong River Commission Secretariat, they also monitoring this their one. Then World Water Forum, and also next week Singapore International Water Week will also discuss about the progress, how to establish indicators for not only just the 6.2, all the indicators in the SDG 6 we discuss, and then report about the progress on this water one. It will be held in Singapore, National University of Singapore, and next week. So they will discuss about this. Even sanitation issues also that they will discuss here. So toilet issue and sanitation issue is monitored by the joint monitoring program of the WHO and UNICEF. Then this one is UN Water Global Analysis and Assessment, Sanitation and Treatment and Glass program. They are also monitoring this one. UN Water Chair, they suggest here, so I want to share this one with you. So first one, 6.2 indicator, safely managed sanitation means percentage of population using facilities. Basic sanitation means, basic sanitation really how much you use the sanitation facilities. Shared sanitation of the facilities, and unimproved sanitation, how many facilities unimproved. Authentication, certification will be measured. The basic sanitation is poor, and healthcare facilities also they will. So this is the key indicators for the sanitation. So this one will be monitored by each country. So then they have to report this one to the country in the country report. Then it will be monitored by the UN Water Chairs. So my final conclusion is that I think that you already visited some toilet in Korea yesterday, yeah? And also today you saw the toilet in this building. Then during your stay, you will see the toilet, and you will realize what is the sanitation level in Korea we are pursuing. So this is one city, is the pilot city to improve public sanitation and public toilet. I think that especially all the other lecturers and the presenters, they will show the toilet related subject and how to improve together with you to make a better livelihood of your people and all the world people. So I hope, based on this initial lecture from the 1945 up to 2030, I think that you will see that it is time to improve toilet. So So I think that you can contribute your input to your countries and or your community and your office can further improve the sanitation level and finally it will contribute to your civilization. Thank you very much. Any question and answer? Anybody want to discuss?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Very interesting presentation. Thank you very much for this interesting presentation. But I should keep appreciation that the Soil City created this breaking the silence, I would say, because talking about the toilet, it was a shame. Sometimes people are not talking about and they are not sharing this issue. But this is the chance that we break the silence, that people start talking about toilets. That is why I would say that in my country, in Bangladesh, government never concentrate on this issue. They are thinking it's a dirty one. Why people are thinking about it? But right now, our government, the recent budget, they allocated certain amount of money for the public toilet. It's the first time in Bangladesh. So this is a very good initiative, I would say. So thank you very much.
I was in Dhaka, so I also work with the Department of Public Health Engineering Department. And so recently new change was India. The new Indian Prime Minister, Modi,
Toilet first, capital later.
yes, he said that for the first, he borrowed $7 billion from the World Bank to improve toilet in India. So the Prime Minister Modi came to Korea and he wanted to improve the toilet, so he wanted to send his staff and the government official to see that what is the toilet situation in Korea. How can we success? How can we develop the toilet? So then he visited Malaysia and Korea. So I think that this is nowadays political leaders, they want to improve the livelihood of the people through the toilet culture. Yes.
Thanks very much for your wonderful presentation. I like the way you unpacked the water challenges separated from sanitation, because it's not always the case where the two go hand in hand, especially in the third world and rural countries. You start to incorporate sanitation into water use and water function, you lose the sanitation part. So there are areas, for example, I'm from South Africa, where sanitation is not part of water services, but the focus is only water rather than sanitation. So the way in which in Korea you are trying to talk to sanitation explicitly, I think it should be an important aspect for all the countries of the world, especially the third world countries, because usually water is at the forefront, but sanitation is always at the back. That's why it's at the back.
Right. To correctly point it out. So another one is from the 1945 is the governance issue from centrally controlled system. Centrally controlled system in 1945. 2030 will be from autonomous system, decentralized. What the governance system will change. When we're talking about water, always this is central, we control the facilities. When we put the money, even when I was in ADB, so when we're talking about the highway development, road department, road ministry, always the good people, good staff like this, they always focus on the highway, not rural road. When we allocate budget for the water and sanitation, always they are using this money for water supply. Toilet or wastewater management, nobody wants to touch. But it is time. It is time to develop the toilet facilities and public health. I think that you can motivate your friends, your colleagues, provide more. That will help your people's living condition. Thank you. It's time.